Hi everyone, I've been feeling a bit out of sorts lately, so I'm taking the next couple of days to get my life together and to recenter myself. The biggest thing that has been affecting me is that my mind has felt really cluttered and I feel very disorganized. So today we're going to start with organizing basically my entire life. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been really thinking about what being productive means to me and how I can cultivate a simple yet effective system that encourages me to push myself out of my comfort zone while also giving me the freedom and flexibility that I need to thrive. Here's the thing, I've tried habit trackers, time blocking, and many other productivity tips and hacks, but none of them have really helped me stay consistent for the long run. So probably a year or so ago, I decided to stop using all of it and just let myself follow my intuition every day. But internally, over time, this has been making me feel a bit chaotic and disorganized. I feel like I need something to ground into, a system to organize my ideas, my notes, my personal progress with my healing journey in a format that's easy for me to navigate. Because I've been following my intuition, I've really been paying attention to how I naturally approach getting work done and how I build better habits. So I'm going to be using that to really create something that truly works for me without all of the unnecessary things like a time tracking sheet, for instance. I haven't touched my Notion page in months, but I feel like this is the perfect platform to create what I'm envisioning. So I actually started this Notion refresh project a couple of days ago. It would have been a little bit too much to do all in one day, but I'm going to share a before and after. I feel like this is the bare bones of exactly what I need, how I naturally approach my workflow. This is it. I feel like there's no extra fluff and it still feels aesthetically inspiring. So let's just do a quick tour. This is my dashboard. I set intentions every month based on my limiting beliefs and the patterns that I'm being pulled to heal and work through. And then these are the 3 habits that I'm really focusing on right now. A tip that I actually shared in my most recent video on breaking bad habits is that I spend at least 5 minutes a day on a habit that I'm trying to build. And so having them listed here on my main page is a really nice gentle reminder to help me continue making that effort and to continue progressing forward. Then I have a brain dump section. So I have so many random thoughts and ideas that just come up during the day. And so I do have just a pile, a mess in my phone, but I wanted something here too so that when I do have the time I can organize it, since I spend more time on my computer than I do my phone. And the last thing on my homepage is a little overview of what's on my calendar for the month. Next is my content vault, which is my content ideas and my content calendar. And after 26 years of resisting this part of me, I finally accepted that I need a little bit of urgency and pressure when it comes to getting things done. So having deadlines really helps with that. I'm the type of person that procrastinates to the very last minute to get something done, and I've actually learned that that's because of perfectionism, which I will talk about in another video. So when a task is due this week, I have a little warning symbol pop up in this column, and this helps me to focus on what I need to prioritize and create that little ping and sense of urgency in my mind. And basically the only rule that I'm setting for myself is to get things done when the deadline is set or by the time the deadline comes around. I'm starting to allow myself to not put so much focus and energy into how I do things and trying to change myself so much, but instead just focusing on getting it done when it needs to get done. Lastly, I created this healing page, and this is probably my favorite area because this is where I'm documenting my progress with my healing journey. I have my milestones here, what I'm learning about myself, and the tools that are helping me overcome some of my biggest limiting patterns and beliefs. So basically on this page for each little section, I have a main limiting belief or a focus as a title. then 3 highlighted points or reminders that I feel like are important and relevant to my life at the moment. And then in the right column, I'm combining and organizing past journal entries and notes and research. This is going to take a lot of time to get through, but I know this is going to be such an incredible resource, and I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. I feel like I just have everything everywhere, and this is a way for me to pull it all together and to organize it in a more digestible way that I can look back on and learn from, see my progress, and really grow from it. We typically do our grocery shopping on Saturdays, but our schedule got a bit jumbled because of our trip to Galveston for my birthday. So I'm going to run to the store, grab a couple of things that we need to make it to the weekend. We got the flowers. They're so beautiful. Hello, yesterday it got a bit stormy while I was out grocery shopping, so I decided to take the rest of the night off, just relax, continue working on organizing my healing page in my Notion workspace. That was really nice, and today I am focusing on recentering. So a big part of recentering for me is my space. I used to make fun of myself or feel like I was ridiculous for how much my space affects me and my mood, but it's even more ridiculous that I was so hard on myself for that. That's who I am. So today I'm going to be focusing on recentering myself, and part of that is going to be some cleaning items that I need to get done that I typically do every week, and some odd things that I've been wanting to do since we moved into this apartment. So it's been a very long time. I know this is going to make such a big difference in my mood, so let's get started. On top of resetting my organization workflow, I've also been really drawn to learning more about control and how we as humans crave control so that we can feel safe and so that basically we can survive. I'm not sure if there are terms for this yet, but I've seen 2 types of controlling behavior: empowering control and disempowering control. Disempowering control is basically the type of control that we seek that actually does more harm than good and ends up holding us back from being our true authentic selves. That can look like needing people to like us, so we put on masks and filters to make sure that we're accepted and liked by others, or trying to force a specific outcome to happen by micromanaging our actions and other people's actions, and not trusting yourself or trusting others. Then, on the other hand, there's empowering control. This is us seeing and understanding our patterns and consciously choosing to spend our time on things that serve us and expand us, and grounding ourselves into the present moment, and being able to have control over regulating and processing our emotions without judging ourselves or needing to constantly intellectualize them or label them. Empowering control can also look like allowing yourself to be where you are, let the situation be what it is without overthinking about what it isn't, knowing who you are and grounding yourself into being your true self no matter what, when you pick yourself up again after a setback. And lastly, embracing the ebbs and flows of life. When I'm feeling angst, frustrated, and off kilter, I know that means it's time for me to recenter myself back into an empowered state of control, and that's what we're doing today. I like to see reset days as the time to create space to listen to what is bothering me the most right now, and do what I can so that I can feel more peace. speaking of using reset days to really do some life admin things, get some things done that have been weighing on you, this project has been bugging me so much lately. Our spice cabinet is always a mess, and I've had this spice rack and some labels since December, but I just have not taken the time to get it done, so we are going to be doing that today. This is probably a bit dangerous. So this is the before. It was a complete mess. And this is the after. I am so happy with how this turned out. It looks beautiful and it feels functional. This is going to make it so much easier to keep this space organized. Next, I decided to finish out the day with some yoga. I have stuck energy in my body, some unprocessed emotions that I just feel are building up. So getting some movement in is really helpful for releasing that stuck energy. And I've been feeling really pulled to do slower movements, slower workouts like yoga. I'm not very good at controlling my breathing just yet and slowing it down and deepening it while I'm moving, but I am getting a little bit better and I'm practicing. I'm really pushing myself to show up imperfectly, and I feel like this is a beautiful start. I really hope you enjoyed this little getting my life together video and found something inspiring from it, something for your own life, and I seriously can't wait to spend more time with you in the next video. I hope you have a great one. Bye, my loves.